Hi guys, how's everyone doing? It's Leah today, back with the benefits of education, and we're talking about the steps or what makes a business successful. Now, there's so many individuals who are saying there's so many books that are written, there's so many videos, there's so many lectures or lecturers and trainers and mentors and whatnot that are helping individuals to make sure that they have a successful business. But what is it that actually makes a business successful? What makes a business unique? Guys, so many of you that have asked me question that what makes me be where I am, what makes things happen the way they happen, what makes people successful in their businesses. There's no single formula. There's no certain formula that you can say, guys, do this, do A, and you'll be successful. If that was the case, everybody will be successful. Everybody that runs a business or everybody that wants a successful business will literally do that one step and they're successful, because nobody wants to fail. But because there is none. Literally everything that we do is trying out different things to make sure that the business is successful. There are so many of you who say on Facebook that when you follow step A and blah 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 blah, you'll be successful. No, guys, those are just people's ideas. Those are just what people think or what people have done, and they're successful. But what makes them successful does not make everybody successful. They could be running different businesses, or you could be running exact same business, but it does not mean that you also be successful. Success comes with luck. Success comes with the person who's running the business. Remember, some people are running the business because they just want money or because someone else is running them, and they're not running a business because it is passion, it is them, or they've applied their creativity to make that business work. No, they're just doing it because someone else has done it, and therefore you cannot compete. Even though you apply the same formulas, you cannot compete with someone who has fully run a business because they're capable. So formulas won't make you successful if you're not capable of even applying the formula. Or even though you can apply the formulas well, if the business is not meant to be yours, you're not meant to be successful in there, you will not be. So I can't actually sit here and say, go do this and you'll be successful. No. The only thing that I could say that everybody needs in their business is creativity. Creativity is free to everybody that has it, or that has an ability to be creative and make a difference in their business, make their businesses unique. That's all I can say. Nobody can judge creativity. Nobody can say anything. Nobody can compete with you. You just be creative and make a difference. That's the only thing I can say that everybody needs to apply in their business. Creativity brings life, brings happiness, makes you unique. But all these other formulas, specific things work for specific people. Even though you're running a same business, like I said, for example, you could be Jamie Oliver, who runs Jamie's Italian, I don't even know what it's called, I'm sorry, but who runs the restaurant. You can't say that you're gonna pick up the book that he uses to run his business and you'll be successful as he is. That's a lie, because he's got the passion. He's got the business is him. He's the business. So you're just reading the book, but you don't know what it actually took for him to make the formula work. So to those of you who are saying, Leah, they're saying you can do this, we've done it all, but we're not successful. It is not going to work because you're the business. One thing that I would say, number one, creativity. So even before you actually go and grab formulas that are being given by different people, be creative and create an idea or find something yourself, and then try and apply formulas, different formulas. There's not even one formula that is going to make your idea work. But try that way and see. Everything is literally a try and error. One thing, or the other thing that I also say, that the people that come up, or there's people who are already successful that come up and say, if you do A, you do B, you do this and that, you'll be successful. These people, most of you don't actually measure the level of your maturity before you jump on the methods or the formulas that are being given. Different formulas will work depending of where you were in a business. For example, someone could say, in order to run a business, you need to have individuals who work for you, like 100 people sit there and do this and do this. Now, Virgin could say that because right now he can afford, he has experience of looking after people, he has experience of running different whatever businesses, but then you are just starting out. But because he sat there and said you cannot run a business without people working for you, or because without people with you, and then you just go ahead and do that. Just even going mental trying to manage those 100 people, that alone could just cause you to fail. What am I saying? That know the level of maturity in your business, understanding where you are, know the baby steps that you need to take before you grab the formulas. Maybe that's another reason why the formulas you're taking on ain't working, because you're taking them on at a wrong level. Because most of you who sent me the questions are all mainly students who have graduated with masters, and you want to try out business or start businesses, and the things that you're saying, or the formulas that you're applying, they're way beyond your level of business. You haven't even registered business. Okay, that's just an example. You haven't even registered a business, but you've gone far to the end of the business, that what you need to do. Start with the baby step. Okay, registering the business is nothing, guys. This is nothing, but I'm saying start from the baby steps, and then look at somebody who's at the level of that level. What have they done to actually go through that level? And then look at somebody who's on the next level, and then start competing with people who are on the same level as you. Rather than saying that, what, I've seen what Virgin does, how they do their business, so I'm going to do exactly like that. You're straight away from university and you want to apply it. Okay, it's not a bad thing to raise a bar while doing something, while trying something, but raise it to where you can manage it. Because then there's no point of you telling me that I'm raising a bar, because one of you actually say that, raising a bar to start from a higher level so that I can, basically start from a higher level. There's no point of you raising yourself that high and you get stuck there because you cannot manage the level you're on. It's best you take the step and know that once you put your foot there, you can lift the other, rather than putting one to the top and one to the bottom of the ladder and think you're going to be able to maneuver. You won't, because you're gonna end up giving up and literally just drop, and you will never get up. So I don't really advise you to look at certain business who have been in business for over 10, 20, 30 years, and you've just coming out of university and think you actually going to do that. And this doesn't mean that you don't try or you don't start, because there's no guarantee that you're going to succeed, but there's also no guarantee that you're going to fail, which means you're left with no option but to just try, because just try and see what comes out. So that was one of you who was saying to me that I rather start so that I raise the bar because I don't want to start. That's my answer to that. And then I think one of you said to me that how come I can't be trusted when I speak about my business? Because I think there's an idea that he has, and when he goes to individuals, or when he goes to partners trying to speak about the business, they don't really trust or understand the business that they have. It is you to trust the idea, not everybody. If you trust it and believe in it, start working it, so they won't trust you. They will start trusting you from the results of your business. That is what I've got to say, because I've got so many ideas, but I can sit here and talk and talk and talk about my ideas, but I can never convince you of my ideas, because first of all, there's nothing you're going to do. There's nothing you're going to do. All you need is the result. Or some of you don't even need the results, but my result would draw you to my idea. That's what I've got to say on that. If you wait for people, even when you go to like apprenticeships, or when you go to apprenticeship, or to Dragon's Den, that's what I meant to say, things like that, don't expect them to trust you because you've said that. They're looking for the end result. How good are they? How convincing is are your results? How can you show me that's what they want? So if you know that you're not at the level where you feel like, I trust my idea, I think it can work, or I think it makes sense, or I can bring something out of it, don't bother telling people, because there's no reason. Because at the end of the day, especially if they're not going to give you any friends, or they're not going to give you anything, why tell them? Because one, they're going to put you down. Two, some of them don't even going to listen. So it's best you don't tell anybody about it. You don't need anybody to convince you of what you have or what you believe in. It is your heart that knows, nobody else. So please don't do that. Number 3, I would say, the formulas that you guys say that don't work, you're trusting people's, as you said that they didn't trust you, you're trusting people's opinions, or people's, books and stuff. I said to you already, guys, books are just, it's like me right now. I could sit down and write a book, but everything in that book, I could lay it down properly, and you guys read, you probably read and enjoy. But it doesn't mean that everything I've written works. Everything I've written is just what's in my mind, or what has worked for me. Even though it's the same business that you're trying to bring across, what worked for me that I put in that book does not mean it's going to work for you. So don't tell me that in order for you to actually to run a business, you come away from university straight and you grab a book that Leah wrote, or a book that so and so wrote, because they run a business already, it's gonna work. Nah, that is not right to me. That is not right. But if you want to go ahead and try, go ahead and try. But this is the reason why you come back and say, why are there so many books that talk about the formulas, or gives us the formulas, but yet the formulas don't work? So there's 2 things. One, not everything that is being written is what works for everybody. Number 2, at what level are you applying the formulas that you've been given? Are you going from the top to bottom, or are you following the baby steps, starting from where you need to start from and go higher? Number 3, do you think you can do everything that is required to run a successful business yourself? As in, you can be an accountant, you can be a lawyer, you can be a manager, you can be everything. Do you think? Because some of us is trying to say, okay, you're saving money, and therefore you're going to do everything in your business because you want it to be. No, that doesn't work. Because formulas show that you need so and so and so. So put those people in place in order for you to be successful. Things that I'm saying is what's in my head. That's why even before I record a video or I say anything, I don't go and pick up people's books and start talking to you guys, because I'm going to read and then tell you what there's no point, because I know you can grab a book somewhere. I literally give you raw information. I don't read people's books. When I'm away from here, or when I'm doing something, I do read books to see what people think or people have ideas and stuff like that. But when I'm about to record my video, I literally just sit here and talk, just give you what I have, and then you say whatever you think. This is all I have today, guys. I hope it made sense. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you can continue asking me more questions. But if the answers I'm giving you are not what you expected, try somewhere else, because I'm here saying that not everything works for everybody. Not my information might not be working for you all, but it could be saving someone else. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you. Till next time. Yeah.